Hello guys and welcome to the channel. I go by the name Holy Trades, and guys, I'm so excited to bring to you part 2 of managing your funds or managing your capital using biblical principles. In the previous video, I talked about the sufficiency level, managing your funds at the sufficiency level. In this video, I will be talking about managing your funds at the abundance level. So guys, if this is a video you are interested in, please do stick and stay. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So guys, I had this revelation when I was reading Genesis. So I've been on a journey to actually, read the whole Bible. I'm not trying to read Genesis today and tomorrow I'm reading Acts, Romans and coming back to Exodus. No, I want to go in order. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, like in that particular order, right? And when I was reading Genesis, when I got the story of Joseph, it was a beautiful story, and God actually opened my eyes on how to manage funds, in abundance, right? So this is the story where Joseph actually interpreted a dream for Pharaoh and letting him understand that 7 years you're going to be, in a season of plentiful, and 7 years there's going to be famine. So Pharaoh, please do store up food and all of that. So this is where Joseph was appointed as, the prime minister and all of that, where he was given the name Zaphanat Paneah. We know the story, and Pharaoh telling him, okay, the only thing that is actually going to separate you and me will be the throne. So in actual sense, like Joseph became like Pharaoh. Okay, he was given a wife, his clothes were changed and all of that, right? Because he interpreted the dream. Now, reading the chapter, reading, Joseph's story, I came across the formula, and it's something I really want to share with you all. You see, your season of abundance may not last forever, but the season of abundance may be, you know, a time that is going to help you survive your season of famine. There's going to be a time, it's like just trying to link it with trading. There's a season where it's like you're killing the markets. I don't know if anyone can relate. There's a season where it feels like you are killing the market. It gets to a point where it's like you are just hanging, you are just managing. You get it? Yeah, so your abundance may be the flow of money, in an abnormal way. Let's say you used to make $100 every week, but in this sense, you'll be making like, let's say, $100 every single day, because any buy and sell you just hit is like fire. You're just making money, money, money. So it is important to know the formula to use when you're trying to actually manage your funds in that season. Okay, so the name of the formula is the 1/5. The name of the formula is 1/5. Joseph used the 1/5, okay, to actually store, food for Pharaoh. And that is how Joseph was able to survive, or help Egypt survive the 7 years of famine. Now, the 1/5 formula is an amazing thing, okay? So this is where, let's assume you make $100. You just want to divide the $100 into 5 and just store up one fifth of that, right? Now, I was reading this and I realized that for a Christian, or for an individual who has actually been in Christ, I've been taught the biblical principles of giving and all of that, right? I was asking myself, so what then goes into savings? What then goes as tithes? Because initially, what Joseph told Pharaoh was, 1/5. Okay, so anything we make, anything we produce, anything we actually harvest, we need to save 1/5. So it comes from a place of aggression. It's so aggressive. So in the initial stages, right, Joseph actually told Pharaoh 1/5, and that was it. But when you read and you come down to, chapter 47, verse 23, this is where Joseph actually gave the right, ways you can manage funds. Okay, so I would love to read this so we can all get a fair idea, and I'm going to post it somewhere here. Okay, so guys, let's read what Joseph actually said. Okay, so when you read Genesis 47 verses 23, Joseph said to the people, now that I have bought you and your land today for Pharaoh, here is seed for you so you can plant the ground. Verse 24, but when the crop comes in, give a fifth of it to Pharaoh. The other 4/5, you may keep as seed for the fields and as food for yourselves and your household and your children. Guys, this is so powerful. This is so powerful. So this is where God actually also opened my eyes and my understanding to a whole lot of things. Guys, a whole lot of things. I want you to understand when it comes to saving, right? Or savings. When it comes to savings, it's your own personal decision. Okay. So in this case, we are going to put Pharaoh as God. So assume as a Christian trader, I make $100, right? I divide that into five. I'm going to divide that into five, which means 1/5 is for Pharaoh. In this case, Pharaoh here is God. So 1/5 should be for Pharaoh. 1/5 should be for God. Guys, I don't know if you're catching this. So 1/5 of it should be for God. And this is also the point where I realized that in your season of abundance, what you give to God should also increase. So it's no more 10%. Guys, this is actually a revelation I had. Okay. Your season of abundance, your tithing, your offerings, they must increase because you're not giving 10% of your earnings. You're not giving 10% of your earnings, you are giving 1/5 of what you are going to be earning. Okay. Now, when you divide, let's say your $100 into five, one has been given to God. Now you're left with four. This is where Joseph is saying some should be put back into the ground. So in this case, we can say this is investment. This is investment because if you're going to eat everything, nothing will go into the ground and you're not going to have another to survive off. Guys, I don't know if you're getting it. So you're putting some in the ground and you're also keeping some for your household, for yourself, and for your children. Now, you see, Joseph didn't tell them, okay, you need to save some. So it is up to them to save. Guys, it is up to them to save. Because assuming, when you read the story of Joseph, it gets to a point where after Joseph, there was Moses, right? Now, the Pharaoh that actually favored the Israelites, they all died. That generation, the Pharaoh, they all died. So just imagine if that Pharaoh died and now you are no more working for the good Pharaoh or the one that favored Israel. Okay, you are not working for the one that favored Israel. What were you going to do? They all became slaves. So what were you going to do? What did you save up? What if the wicked Pharaoh decides not to give you anything anymore? So it is important for you to actually save up something for yourself as well. So this is where a lot of things started coming in. So in your season of abundance, you want to put into consideration the formula of the 1/5. Okay, anything you make, 1/5 is for God. Now you are now coming to sit down as an individual and use your brains, like use what God has given you. Okay, you need to sit down and put pen and paper on your money. There's a local adage that says that, you see, sika wantabai, which means that money has wings. So money can fly away. Guys, you understand? Money can easily fly away. So for me, this is what I personally do. Okay, 1/5 is for God, right? 1/5 is for my savings. I'm also going to save 1/5 of that. Okay, I'm also going to make sure that I am also going to put 1/5 back into my trading, and 2/5 of whatever is left will go back into the soil, and that is my trading, which means that increment in capital, increment in profits, so I can also increase what I keep giving to God for Him to keep blessing me. So in your season of abundance as a trader, you want to apply the 1/5 formula. Okay, you are giving 1/5 of what you make to God. This is not a case where you are giving God 10%. I beg you guys, do not rob God. Okay, do not rob God. You are not giving 10% anymore, because 10% of $100, assuming, will be just $10. But 1/5 of $100 is going to be $20. So there's an increment, right? 1/5. The 1/5 formula is quite aggressive. You are giving more, you are doing more. Okay, so guys, we are giving 1/5 to Pharaoh, that is God, and we are also saving up 1/5. We are putting 1/5 back into our trading, that is investment, and 2/5 of whatever is left is going back into the ground. So guys, this is actually the formula Joseph used in collecting all the lands in Egypt for Pharaoh. Okay, the people gave their gold, their lands, until they had nothing else to offer by themselves. So they became slaves to Pharaoh, and Joseph actually gave them this formula. Now, 1/5 is for Pharaoh, 1/5 is for savings, 1/5 is for investment, and 2/5 should go back into your trading. This is how you can manage your funds in your season of abundance as a Christian forex trader who uses biblical principles in managing his or her fans. So guys, I'm so happy and excited to actually bring to you this video. I pray this video goes a long way to help someone out there. I pray God brings unto you light, understanding, even in chaos. When they say there's a casting down, we will say there's a lifting up, because we trust in the name of the Lord. My guys, always remember to trade the holy way. See you guys in the next video.